Good morning, everyone. My name is Trevor Thompson. I'm the owner and operator of TNT Pressure Cleaning, located in Ormond Beach, Florida, serving all of Volusia County. Today we're going to be doing a pool enclosure and a driveway. I want to show you guys what the setup looks like. I want to give you a little brief before video so you can kind of see the mold and mildew and what the homeowner did to the driveway trying to pressure clean it himself. You can reach me at 386-453-4213, and if you'll come with me, I'll show you a brief walkthrough and setup, how we get prepared, what we're treating with. We're going to be using sodium hypochlorite at 12%. We're going to be regulating our pressure based on the surfaces that we're cleaning, and we're going to use proportioners that will allow the chemical to be distributed according to the surface. So for instance, if I have something that's really heavy soiled with mold and mildew, I'm going to be using like a 12-to-1 mix ratio. I can mix my ratio 16-to-1, 20-to-1, 1-to-1. For instance, when I do driveways, if the driveways are heavily soiled like this one, I'll be using probably a 5-to-1. That's a very hot mix, guys. You don't want to be burning up grass. You want to be taking care of the homeowner's property. So I want to show you guys what this looks like. Here's my trailer setup. So the first thing we do is we cone off the job, guys. Make sure that everyone can see you from the street. So you can see the cones are set up. The next thing we do is pull out some of our hoses and go greet the homeowner. There's the trailer set up. Got my coffee in there. I'll take you for a quick walkthrough. We've got a backpack sprayer. All of the things that we would need, lots of gas, different types of mixes. We've got our chemical bin here with sodium hypochlorite. We've got oxalic acid. We've got a local degreaser, a cooler, and of course, my coffee. All right, guys, so we've got some spare hoses in there. So one of the things, the first thing I like to do, guys, and pardon if the wind is blowing in your microphone, is roll the hoses out, which have been done. You can see in the yard, we've got the machine all set up. The next thing I do, guys, is put out your yard signs. Let people know who you are. There we go, TNT Pressure Cleaning, right? Get yourself all prepped out. You can see on the other side of the home, another yard sign there. Once again, that's TNT Pressure Cleaning, guys, Ormond Beach, Florida. 386-453-4213. Ask for Trevor. Now here is the driveway, guys. So we're gonna be doing the curbing, which really makes it aesthetically pleasing from the road. And you can see the driveway is pretty heavily stained. I'll walk you up here. Generally by the downspouts, you're gonna get some heavy areas. That's all mildew, guys. So we're gonna be treating that. Excuse me. We've got some areas that need oxalic acid and a little circular driveway, a little small driveway. And you can see here how badly soiled this is. Now, he said he tried and tried and tried and just couldn't get anything up. You can see the mold here on the front area. So be sure to check out the after video. Now, what I'm going to show you guys is what happens when people try to do things themselves. I'll try to get somewhere that's out of the shade where we can really see that striping. If you guys can see, if you have an eye for this, you can see, let's try to get you out of the shadows. You can really see, guys, this is striping. You see these black lines here? So he used a small wand and he had a machine that did not have enough pressure. And it's so hard to do this professionally if you don't know what you're doing, because your back starts to hurt. Look at the end of the driveway here, guys. Can you see that? That's all striping. He was trying his best, but what happens is you get tired, you get lazy, and I use a 20-inch surface cleaner along with various tips, and I'll show you what those tips are. But if you take a look at this machine here, this is a 20-inch surface cleaner. It's got two tips on the bottom side of the machine. Each of those tips spray out at 2 gallons a minute, giving you a total of 4 gallons a minute coming out. That's very high pressure, and that will do the job. So the various tips that we have, I will show you on the machine. We have a very non-aggressive 40-degree white tip. Then we have a 25-degree tip, which is a little bit more aggressive. Of course, the yellow tip is a 15-degree tip. You usually use that for concrete. and things that need to be scrubbed very, very hard. We have a 0-degree tip, which sprays a straight stream, very rarely used, and then a chemical injection tip that we use, which is a 65-degree tip. That's for if you're downstream injecting, which means you're going to be running chemical into your pump, which is really, really bad. These things are quite expensive. So what I do is I use an XJet M5, which allows me to spray from 0 to 50 degrees. And I have a chemical pail right here. That is the chemical pail. And that is where I mix my chemicals, my sodium hypochlorite, my surfactant, and a local degreaser if I should need it. Over here, I use a high pressure ball valve and the XJet M5, which allows me to apply the chemical and rinse the chemical off. I then can switch to a more aggressive tip should I need to. So this is the tip, and that spins from 0 to 50 degrees. This, of course, is our high pressure ball valve, guys, and that allows the water to come on. I can do rinses with high pressure, and really simplifies things when I'm switching from my gun to my surface cleaner, or I need to rinse. So this is the pool deck, and you can see it needs to be treated. So please be sure to check out the after video of this pool deck. And I'll show you an area. You can just see all that black, guys, all that mildew really set in, you know, past the cream and really into the concrete itself. So this pool deck has not been painted, but if you look over here, this is an area where we call a puddle spot. So this area collects the water and doesn't drain properly. Whoever built the screens didn't provide drainage holes that are sufficient enough to allow the water to come out, which is very important when you're having a pool enclosure built, because you want to make sure that that water drains out. So that is the pool cage today, and you can see that it's relatively clean. We don't have a lot of mold and mildew. We just have some general spider webs and things like that that build up over time, some bird poopies. So all in all, it's a very small pool deck, and it should clean up very well. Now, one of the things that I like to do is, if you guys look outside here, I've got a 2-gallon backpack sprayer. And what I'm going to do is make a pretty hot mix, probably about an 8-to-1 mix, with sodium hypochlorite, water, and surfactant. And I'm going to treat all of these liners, these pavers, bricks, if you will, that sort of outline the pool enclosure. So when we're done with this project, it's really going to highlight the screen enclosure itself. So there's a lot of things that you can do to make the homeowner proud while you're there. I like to go above and beyond to make sure that when I'm done doing a project, that it is just outstanding. And that's part of my service. That's what I like to offer. And you know, and from that, they pass you on to their friends and their family. They rant and rave about you in the neighborhood. And I think that's what it's all about, you know, be in the service business to be of service. And I think that's so important. I can't stress that enough. If you're in the service business to make money, we obviously all got involved in this to make money, but the reality is that if your focus and your main goal is to make the homeowner proud and to do a good job and to lift up those black stains and to create a pool deck that this homeowner can use the summer and be grateful for and excited for, you know, and not have to look at that, then I believe you're doing your job. So I'm going to show you guys. I always refer to, people often say, well, you're using bleach. This is basically a liquid chlorine product. It comes from a chemical distribution center that supplies pool guys and girls with chemicals and everything that you can imagine, from filters to whatever. But you do have to have a license to do that. To buy from them. You have to be licensed with the county that you're in, but you can go to other places to find sodium hypochlorite. You can usually find it in about 10%. So if you want to try that on your own, just be really careful. If sodium hypochlorite mixes with oxalic acid, you have a harmful vapor. When you're mixing it with a surfactant, you create a mustard gas. You really have to know what you're doing. I wear a 3M chemical respirator most of the time, especially when I'm in an enclosed area, to save my lungs. And I'll give you guys an idea. What I'll do is I'll take you down here and I'll show you. I'll just show you what you're looking at here. So this is sodium hypochlorite. Okay, sodium hypochlorite solution. And that's what we use, and that kills all the mold, mildew, dirt, grime, algae, fungus, bacteria, tannin stains. It's an all-in-one, but you have to know what you're doing. You can create a lot more damage than good. So guys, keep cleaning. Enjoy yourself. Thanks for watching my videos. Thanks for coming out with me today. And what I'll do is I will post this video on my Facebook page, and afterwards, what I'm gonna do is show you an after video so you can come take a look at how amazing that driveway came out, and how great the pool deck came out as well. Once again, guys, I wanna show you the driveway, and I wanna show you what it looks like when you try to clean by yourself, and you don't have, I'm not gonna say that this guy doesn't know what he's doing, because he does know what he's doing. But I'm gonna say that this is the result that you get. This striping in through here, guys, when you see this, it's almost like mowing a grass. You really have to, if you're using a wand, you have to stay on track, because you're spraying so much water on the surface, and what happens is you can't really see what you're cleaning. And the end result when the product dries is you get this striping effect. So I'm going to be lifting all that up today. Look forward to the video. Make sure to check it out so you can see this driveway. It's going to be restored to a brilliant concrete color. And once again, thanks so much for joining me. Trevor Thompson, TNT Pressure Cleaning, Ormond Beach, Florida, 386-453-4213. Have a great day, guys. Keep cleaning.